Oh my god, I swear. I like doing these videos because at least I get to vent, like, about things that I'm going through and everything like that, and so it helps me, but I don't know if it'll ultimately help me with everything or whatever. Like, I'm just so sick and tired of stuff. I'm just so sick and tired of people. I'm so sick and tired of everything. Like, I go from trying to be positive, and every time I try to push myself to be, like, really positive about stuff, like, then it's like it's just a heavy attack. And it's like I read up on stuff. It's like I read up on this thing last night, and it was like, put positive sayings, like on your mirror to make you feel better about yourself, blah, 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 blah. I can't fucking do that here. I can't fucking do that where I fucking live. Because my landlord has a goddamn issue with me and has from fucking day one, and I have no goddamn idea what it is, other than she's probably talked to my mother since day one because they exchanged phone numbers, and they were like, oh, let's be best friends, because they're both, I guess, narcissistic or some shit. I don't fucking know. And so they sat there and they just fucking shit talk me, and that's all that my mother is ever going to do with everybody. I mean, right about now, I'm honestly sitting here and I'm thinking about just fucking getting up and even probably throwing the goddamn phone at the fucking ground and leaving the goddamn animals and just walking the fuck out and taking what little bit of money I got and just buying a bus ticket and going to fucking I don't even give a shit where, because I just want to get the fuck away from the bullshit. It is bullshit that my child was taken from me when I'm sitting here trying to build a life and I needed a fucking break. And yes, I didn't ask for it properly, okay? Sorry, I'm not fucking perfect, but I needed a fucking break, and anybody with the goddamn right mind on their fucking, like, shoulders could fucking have figured that out. I have emotionally been there for my child from day one. My parents watched her one time for 3 hours when she was like 6 months old, and I didn't even sleep then because I was so worried about what the fuck they were going to do to her or if they were going to hurt her. My grandmother babysat my daughter maybe 3 or 4 times when she was an infant because I went out on dates with her father. I had a neighbor that babysat her once or twice. Other than that, nobody took care of her. I took care of her. I was there. I did it all. I changed all the diapers. I cleaned up all the messes. I did every single bit of it. I prepared all the meals. I went through all the teething. I went through all the messy diapers. I went through all the boo-boos, all the scrapes, all the this is red and that's blue and this is green and here's a block and there's a circle and that's a cat and that's a dog and the car goes vroom vroom and all that shit. And I've been treated like shit for it. I've been treated like shit for it from her father, from my own parents, and now they're teaching her to treat me like shit for it. And then I can't stand people that want to sit there and fucking lie. I cannot stand that. And so maybe I should commit suicide. Because if you're going to sit in your goddamn apartment and you're going to fucking talk to me like you're my fucking friend and you're going to sit there and be like, say I say A and B, I don't think they get along that well sometimes, and A seems a little bit more smart on the psychology level than B does. And you're going to sit there and be like, oh, yeah, I see that too. And I think that A and B, I think, that A is kind of ashamed to be at times because they're a couple. And then when I put that out there to them, you're going to act like I betrayed your trust. Like I was never supposed to say that, even though you didn't inform me to never say that to nobody. I didn't know it was going to be that fucking big of a goddamn shit-ass fucking deal to you. And you're going to fucking sit there and you're going to fucking lie. And you're going to be like, I didn't say that. After yes, I went over and I did laundry at your house. After I went over and I poured my heart out to you. After I sat there and had you tell me to my face that you'd not been the most Christian person towards me. And I tried to ask you 3 times why, and you wouldn't even tell me. I gave you the futon frame that was my daughter's, so that way you'd have a bed that you liked and was more comfortable with. And then you even put it out one day saying you wasn't going to use it no more. Then you were like, oh, I actually like it better. Can I take it? And I was like, I don't care. Because when I gave it to you, when I give something to somebody, I don't give it to them for shit. Like, I give it to them to give it to them. And yes, if I need it back, I will not be afraid to ask and be like, hey, I know I said I gave that to you, but I actually need it back. But guess what? If you tell me no, I'm not going to get mad about it. Unless it's like life or death situation, which it's not going to be, because a thing is a thing. I don't give a shit. If I gave it to you, I gave it to you. End of subject. So if you want to keep it forever, you can keep it forever. So I do that for you, and then I ran errands for you. You told me I was going to get paid for helping you out so much. I've never got paid for helping you out so much. Right now, my laundry detergent's still over at your house, and honestly, you can keep it because I don't even want to talk to you. I don't even want to see you. Like, I'm just done. You sat there and you hopped right up and cleaned up your outdoors area the day that shit fell apart between me and you, even though you're sitting there defending your outdoors area, being like, I need it this way for my dog. And now you're going to clean it up and you don't need it that way no more for your dog or whatever. Like, I just fucking can't. Like, I honestly probably should commit suicide. I probably should hang myself tonight before I'm supposed to go and fucking work. Because nothing fucking matters. Nothing fucking matters. You can sit there and you can be a good person, and it don't fucking matter. Like, I got all religious and hyped this morning and was like in a positive mindset for like, God, I don't know how many hours. Like 4 or 5 hours. I was like, hell yeah. I can get the fuck out of here. Hell yeah. I can give all this shit to Providence. Hell yeah. But my mind, it sits there and it has the negative thoughts. Oh my God, my kid will get so mad if I give away all of our shit to Providence, Or she'll get so mad if I sell her stuff. Well, you know what? I need to call her and tell her to come get her stuff. Well, I can't even fucking get a hold of her for that. And then if I do that, then my parents are going to sit there and they're going to be like, see, she don't fucking want her because she gave us her stuff. And just all kinds of shit and every fucking thing. And then my landlord, when I wrote her and I told her that this was the last lease I was going to sign with her, and I signed it actually just this past month. Yeah, just this past month, even though it was supposed to be signed in August. But I just signed it with her. So I have a year on my lease. So as long as I'm paying my fucking rent, then I have up until my lease is up. And she wants to write me back and be like, okay, I accept your notice of vacating the premises. After I said what I did to her. And all that I said to her was, I'm not going to sign another lease with you. And I mean, I said other things, but for as far as dealing with, that shit, that's the only thing I said to her, is I said, I'm not going to sign another lease with you. And she said, okay, I'm accepting you're going to vacate the premises. So I'm sitting here in the back of my fucking head like, is she going to try to start some shit? Is she going to try to be up my fucking ass? Is she going to sit here and just like fucking try to roll the fuck all over me and every fucking thing and be like, I told you to leave? Even though she didn't. And even though as long as I'm paying my rent and I'm under my lease and I'm under that contract with her, then it is what it is. I fucking don't know. And then, like, I'm sitting here and I'm trying to improve on my own self, on my own growth, which I've always been trying to do since I seen the family that I come from and how fucked up they were. And that I couldn't just accept them, I guess, because they could never just accept me. And then they want to sit there and they won't even spy on my goddamn Facebook like there's somebody that gives a shit. Like, how are you going to look at my Facebook and not even attempt to talk to me? Like, fuck. At least when I've looked at my kid's dad's Facebook over the 10 fucking years, or actually 12, 13 fucking years, I've tried to reach out and talk to the son of a bitch. And I'm saying that right now because he's really just on his pity party shit. or whatever, for as far as I'm concerned. And he can hate me for it, and I wish he would just go ahead and put a goddamn bullet in my head. You hear that, Adam? Just come and fucking kill me. I'm such a piece of shit. It took you 10 goddamn years to thank me for taking care of our kid. Just fucking kill me, dude. Like, get it over with. Like, you think I'm such a piece of shit, even though I used to sit there and I used to be like, what's wrong? Why are you saying that? You know I care about you. Da-da-da-da-da. I'm always here if you need to talk to me. Blah, 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 blah. And instead, just like everybody else in the fucking world, just like damn love triangles, if you will, or what the fuck ever, you're gonna treat the one person that treated you fucking good, okay, that cared about your emotional well-being, you're gonna treat them like shit. And then you're going to sit there and you're going to fucking whine about it. And you're going to be like, nobody treats my emotions the way that I want them to. Well, I'm sorry I don't look like, some damn Baywatch babe or what the fuck ever, dude. But you fucking knew that when you got with me. You fucking seen my mom, okay? You seen my dad. You knew my family. You seen my grandmother. You seen my granny. You knew my fucking family. You knew what the fuck I looked like. Like, dude. And if anything, hell, you fucking knew my cousin. And I'm not saying that to, like, throw off, but, like, he's a bigger guy. Like, so, dude, seriously? Like, and he sits there and he goes out and he has all this fun now and does his own thing. And I'm proud of him for being himself to a degree, but I'm not proud of him when he sits there and he don't even... Man, he don't have any respect for nobody except for himself. Like, my parents sit there and they bitch about me and they talk and they say that I'm disrespectful. When I've had money to buy them gifts, I've bought them gifts. When I've had a way to get somewhere to buy them a gift, I've bought them a gift. Okay, let's scratch gifts, okay? It's not supposed to be material things. I've told them thank you. I've told them thank you. As a matter of fact, I think my dad even had me tell him thank you one time when he busted my ass. I think it was only once, though. Because woo, God, that made me so mad. But if I remember correctly. But, I mean, I have been appreciative towards my family. But it is very hard for me to be appreciative towards them when all I have wanted is them to help with my emotional growth, my emotional development. My mom, my first serious boyfriend, and by serious I don't mean like somebody that I slept with, but I mean somebody that I really genuinely kind of fell in love with, okay? My mom sat there and used to be like, oh, here we go with that saga story again. Oh, that pity party story again. Here we go with it again. I mean, I'm sitting there fucking crying my eyes out, asking her for advice, asking her for help, and that's all she can do, and then she walks out the room. Why could she never hug me? Why could she never grab me and say, I know, I understand, or I don't know, but I know your heart's hurting? Why couldn't she have done that for me? What the fuck did I do wrong? Like, was I born with the wrong fucking color eyes or color hair or some shit? That she couldn't do that to me? Because my sister could be like, oh my God, I broke a nail. And my mom would be like, oh, poor baby. Oh my God, what do you need to fix it? Like, because that's the way the narcissistic parent does. They pick the golden child, which my sister was, and they pick the scapegoat child, which is exactly what the fuck I was. And then they sit there and they condemn and they turn the whole fucking family against us. Maybe, I should make my YouTube about all of us scapegoats getting on fucking live feed on goddamn fucking Facebook and just committing suicide because we're all scapegoated people. Because none of y'all give a shit about us. All y'all do is make fun of us. Every goddamn one of y'all. Or y'all sit there and when we call you out on something about yourself, because we're so used to everybody calling out our flaws, we call y'all out on one goddamn flaw and y'all cross y'all's arm and y'all are done with us. Do you know how many fucking flaws I've put up with from every goddamn body? Every goddamn body. My neighbor wants to get mad because she had to put up with what she thinks is a flaw of me telling what she said to me. So she wants to cross her arms and be done with me and tell me that she's not going to talk to me because I have an attitude problem. I have put up with her telling me she was going to pay me for me helping her. Then to just watch her say, because it's not her that was actually going to pay me, it was going to have to be her daughter that was going to pay me. So her daughter comes home. We're all sitting there talking. And then she says to her daughter, she says, "Oh yeah, I needed to tell you, I told her I'm going to pay her for running over and getting me food and helping me out." So I just caught you in a lie right there. Because you told me that you'd done talked with her and told her you was going to, and apparently you hadn't. And so you said it right there in front of her and in front of me. So I just caught you in a lie. Lie number one. Then I've caught you sitting there saying, like, stuff about, like, dealing with gays, because I've talked to you about the girl that I like and everything, and you say you have gays in your family, so whatever, and it's no big deal to you, but yet you're so religious and everything that you're all like, oh, all the gays are going to turn against God, and that's the reason people are so hateful about it. And you've tried to, like, argue your way and your reasoning with me, and you wouldn't even respectfully let me get mine out of my mouth. Like, I sat there and I listened to you, and when I tried to talk, you would overtalk me and overpower me. And I let it slide. You looked at me 1 or 2 times when I was walking around doing laundry like I was a thief. Like you was curious, which, I mean, everybody, I get it takes time to build trust. But you did. I'm not stupid. I've probably looked at you, several different fucking ways, because I look at everybody that way. Because I don't trust anybody. And with goddamn good reasoning, too. And apparently I'm fucking right for doing so. Because I can't trust anybody. But I sit there and I put up with that. I put up with you sitting there saying that you're taking my side against the landlords and that the landlord better not treat you the way that she's treated me and all kinds of stuff like that whenever I've talked to you about the situation that I'm in. And then you're going to sit there and you're going to act like, I don't even fucking know what the hell you're acting like. Like, I don't fucking get it. And then I'm at work and I'm like, I'm going to get me a big breakfast, like a bunch of food, and pig out one morning, because I was really tired and I was really hungry and I just wanted to eat and go to bed. And then something inside of me was like, you know what? She's let you do laundry over there, and even though you've done a lot for her whenever you go over by helping her rearrange this and move this and move that and move this and move that, it reminded me of my fucking dad, My dad used to be like, Heather, get your ass up and get out here. Heather, get your ass up and come help me with this. You gonna fucking do this shit today, you better get your ass out here and fucking do this. Or I need your damn help, you better get your ass out here. Your hands are smaller than mine, or you can fit up under the trailer better than I can, or you can climb on top of the fucking roof, and help me with this shit. You fucking, just all kinds of shit. And so that's what it reminded me of. But I did it in goddamn ways. And even though in the back of my head I was like, am I really going to get paid for this? Or is this just a put on? And then, like, we even talked about living together. We even talked about moving out and us living together and me taking care of her because she's an older woman. And, like, me taking care of her, and that would be my job. And I told her flat out, I was like, I don't see myself being able to do that with anybody. Like, I'm too broken, I'm too fucked up. And you're going to sit there and be like, yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. I tell people my limitations, and they don't listen. I'm not going to be able to sit there and have the patience to take care of somebody old. I can't do it. If I was going to do it, I'd do it for my grandmother before I'd do it for some stranger. I'd do it for my mom before I'd do it for some stranger. I forced myself to take care of my mom when she was bedridden for like 2 fucking years because she had rheumatoid arthritis, and it about fucking drove me insane. But I fucking did it any goddamn ways because she's my fucking mom. I lived with my grandmother for 4 fucking years. I took care of her the best that I could. And granted, taking care of her was like, she would fucking cook for a goddamn army because she likes to cook. And She'd be like, aren't you going to eat that? Why don't you get you a second plate? Well, here, I know you like this. Why don't you go ahead and eat this too? Because in doing that, that makes her feel good. Just like me sitting there teasing her whenever I used to. Made her feel good. I wish somebody gave a shit to make me feel good. And not the fake, oh, I give a shit now because you're screaming, crying, in pain feel good. No, I mean just generally like, you know what? I'm going to make you feel good. And the only time that people even fucking feel that way towards me or have even acted that way towards me is whenever I'm in a relationship with them. Because I can look back at my kid's dad and be like, you know, even though he got together with me because I was a virgin, he did a lot of things. He did a lot of things. Maybe he'd make himself feel good too. But he did a lot of things that he knew was going to put a smile on my face. And then he got out whenever, like, we was together, and he was cheating on me then even, and he fucking went to prison, and he got out, and he got high, and he went and cheated on me, and he moved that girl in with him, and he didn't care to come and see his kid, and he didn't give a shit if I ever smiled again in my life, and I have no idea why. I don't know what the fuck I did to him, other than I wrote him a letter, and I tried to discuss it with him, and I tried to talk to him about it, and I don't know if he ever received it or not, but I told him that I was scared, because he had said that he was going to marry me. And I wrote him and just let my fears onto him. You know, I was like, well, I'm scared, and I don't know if we should, and I don't know if I'm too young, and I don't know if maybe we should wait and date a few more years, or if we should take it slow. But dude, I wasn't doing that to fucking push you away if you received that goddamn letter and that's the way that you fucking took it. I was doing that to discuss my feelings with you. That simple. I was doing that to have you be the man and give guidance and be like, no, don't be scared. I'm not going to hurt you. You know, you could have, but instead, you let your own self-doubt and your own problems and whatever cloud everything. And then you got out and you fucking done drugs. And then you fucked the damn girl and all kinds of shit. And just, you know, like, dude, you know, like, I fucking tried. I tried to be mature. I tried to talk to you about shit. And I'm not saying that you didn't at times, but you sure didn't in that moment in time. Whenever you got out and you chose somebody else over me and our kid. And then you want to sit there and you want to point your finger at me for 12 fucking years or whatever and be like, yeah, people, you know, and not just at me, but at everybody that you have a problem with. But it comes across like you're pointing a finger at me too. Because I have a very hard time, in case you hadn't fucking noticed, having a really high, like, opinion of myself. Like, I don't sit here and fucking think that I'm God and everything. Even though people want to take it that way because they're like, oh, you relate everything back to yourself. Because I'm the only one that does relate anything back to me. I guess. Kinda. Sorta. Fuck. I don't even know. I sound fucking insane right about now. And I really don't even give a shit. I think I'm gonna get... Fuck, I gotta go. Fuck. Anyway, fuck. I'm supposed to go to work tonight. Fuck. But, dude, like, I don't fucking know. I have issues just like everybody else does. And I don't understand why the fuck ain't nobody can love me for my shit, yet I'm supposed to love everybody for their shit. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm supposed to love my neighbor for lying, yet she can't love me for telling the truth. And some people see telling the truth as an issue. Just like some people see brown hair as an issue or green eyes as an issue. Just like some people see blonde hair or blue eyes as an issue. Just like some people see fat as an issue or skinny as an issue or short or tall or any goddamn thing. I'm tired of giving out love and giving it out so fully and then trying to conversate with people and be like, this is what's going on with me right now, this is my issue, or what the fuck ever, or if I'm mad, I will tell you I'm mad, I will tell you not to fucking talk to me, I will tell you to leave me alone, and when I say it, I fucking mean it. I'm sorry that other people didn't mean it, okay? But I do. And then, like, everybody has fucking abandoned me my whole goddamn life. Like, everybody has fucking abandoned me. And I shouldn't even be smiling at that. That's how fucking insane I am. Like, because I'm sitting here and I'm like, dude, you fucking abandoned me. Like, you just fucking left me for nothing. Do you know how... I don't even fucking know anymore. I used to sit here and be like, they're gonna come back. He's gonna come back. Like my kid's dad, like he's gonna, one day he's gonna wake up and he's gonna realize and he's gonna come back and he's gonna be like, I'm sorry. And he's gonna be like, willing to answer a decent amount of questions. But in general, just be like, I'm sorry and will you forgive me for what I did wrong? Because I would really like to even know what the fuck I did wrong in our relationship. Because I really don't know. I really don't know. I really don't know. I don't. Like, when we were very first together, like, I broke up with him because I'd made him promise to take me to a football game, I remember. Because our relationship didn't seem legit. And I wanted to kind of brag and be like, yeah, that's my boyfriend. I wanted to be proud of him. I wanted to show him off. The fucker wouldn't even come to the damn game. Pissed me the fuck off, because he had promised me this like 2 months ahead of time. Like, this is how shitty my self-value, my worth, or whatever, or just shitty my life, or whatever. I don't even fucking care how you want to word it, but this is just how shitty it's been. I sat there and I was like, take me to one of my school football games, because I was still in high school. And he's like, okay, I will. And I'm like, take me to the first one. He's like, okay, I will. So he tells me, like, leading up to it, I'm like, I don't know when it's going to happen. Are you going to be able to take me? Are you going to be able to take me? Yeah. I'll be able to take you. Yeah. Yeah. Like, because I'm getting so excited. I'm like, hell yeah, this shit's fixing to happen. Like, we're going to have a good time. Like, I'm going to be so happy, and it'll help break him out of his awkwardness or whatever he's got going on, and it'll just solidify us for as far as us being a couple, I call him and I'm like, hey, are you coming? He's like, no, I can't. Why? Oh, well, my friend, their car stopped running, stopped working, and I'm having to fix it, and I'm over here at their house having to fix their car for them, blah, 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 blah. Can you not do it later, after the football game? Can you not come here for 30 minutes or an hour and hang out with me and then go fix their car? Can you not this? Can you not that? Oh, well, I don't have a ride and I don't have this and or whatever. Like, dude has his license. Dude has a fucking car that he rides around in town in all the fucking time. So, I don't fucking get it. So I'm just like, yep, defeat. Okay, here's every bad thing that was ever fucking proven. Like, everybody told me he was way too old, too much older. Shouldn't have been with him. He was just using me. He's just a piece of shit. So all this shit just like fucking floods my mind. And so I'm like, I need you. Like, because I needed proof. I'm like, I need you to come to this game. Game's going to be, a few hours long. There's going to be a dance afterwards. I need you to show up. I need you to be here. Well, I'm sorry I can't. I got to fix my friend's car. Click. I hung up on him. I can't remember if he called me back or if I called him back. I think he called me like 3 times and I ignored it. And then I called him back and I was like, we're done. I was like, that's it. I'm breaking up with you. I was like, we're fucking done. It's fucking over. I was like, fuck this shit. I was like, dude, because, we'd done been dating. And our dates consisted of nothing, really, other than we went out and ate out, like, just maybe 3 damn times, in all honesty. And so he was just basically using me to fuck, I reckon. Because we were having sex. I was a virgin when I met him. Wasn't a virgin no more. Been dating him for a month. Not a month, but months. And so I'm just like, I'm done. Like, you begged for me to have sex with you. And I did. And then when I was fixing to break up with you, because I thought we were just a summer fling, because I convinced myself that that's what you had done to me, and that's what you were using me as, and that you had no feelings for me, and that you didn't care about me, because I didn't want to think you did care about me. Because in that, I would have been letting you in. And so I was like, no, he's going to break up with me. You know what? So just prepare for it, Heather. And so I was literally prepared for it to the best of my abilities. And I was prepared that I was going to have to handle it alone. Because my mother had acted the way she had with the guy I'd been in love with previously. And, so I was just like, you got this. I was like socking myself up about it, I guess, before school started back and before this first football game, the scrimmage game and the dance after and shit. But I was just like, you got this. He's gonna leave you, he's gonna break up with you, or you're gonna find out he's fucking somebody else. You're gonna find out he never cared about you. You're gonna find out that he just wanted to take your virginity from you and that you mean nothing to him, and you're gonna be okay. And then the time that we were together before school started back, and he sat there and he cried and he told me about something that happened to him. And I just held him. And I realized how much I did love him. And I realized that I loved him more than myself, and that scared the fuck out of me. And I was like, okay, he's going to break up with me here in a few minutes or here within the next week. And instead, one day when we were hanging out, he told me that he loved me. And it literally shocked the shit out of me. Like, I was just like, oh my God, and I was like, yay, God loves me, and I'm not this horrible piece of shit that don't ever deserve to be happy. And I was like, holy shit, do I actually deserve to be happy? And I was like, fuck yes, And I was so excited, and so I was like, I love you too, because I did. And then I was so excited because I got to tell him how I truly felt, and I didn't have to hide it. And I was just like, this is amazing. But, Clarabelle, god damn it. But I was just like, fuck, I was like, hell yeah, this is great and everything. So we kept hanging out, we kept seeing each other, we kept sleeping together, kept going where he wanted to go, when he wanted to go, how he wanted to go, it was all about him, Like, he never picked me up and was like, where do you want to go? What do you want to do? Or do you have any plans? Or do you have any ideas? And then he even got mad at me, too. This was when my cousins were little. And, like, my cousins were like my babies. And I don't even want to talk about that right now because my kid not being home. But my cousins were like my babies. And he got mad at me because he told me one morning, he's like, hey, where are you? You know, and like, I should have known, you know, because apparently he drove by and seen I wasn't home or some shit because he asked me where I was. And I was like, oh shit, he knows I'm gone. And I was like, holy fuck, what the hell, you know? And this is when I started realizing, like, the paranoia level, you know, and then him being on drugs and stuff previously and even probably at the time and shit. And so I was just like, at my aunt's, you know, like I spent the night over at my aunt's house. Well, what's the deal? And he's like, oh, well, I was just wondering where he's at because I'm fixing to come pick you up. And I was like, okay. Didn't hear from him for like 2 fucking hours. Woke up that morning, fed the boys, took a shower, and I literally took a shower and sat down and watched a movie. And then I was like, okay, I think I'm going to leave because my Uncle Jack was there, and he was actually my ride over that day. And he was leaving, but my mom was supposed to be coming there like later on that night. And he's like, if you don't leave with me now, you're not going to be able to leave and go home until your mom comes, because your mom, you know how she is. And I'm like, yeah, I fucking know how she is. And I'm like, well, he said he's going to come pick me up, so I assume he meant he was going to come pick me up at my aunt's, because he knows where my aunt lives. So I was like, I'm just going to stay here and hang out with the boys and help my aunt out, kind of, you know, watching them and everything. And the boys was young, and they'd got a pool, and they was like begging, you know, they was like, come on, Heather, go swimming with us, please, you know. And I was like, honey, I just took a shower. I was like, I don't want to get in the pool, you know. And they're like, please, please, please. And so I got in the pool with them. Like, I hadn't heard from him. And like, I tried to text him twice in those 2 or 3 hours, you know, and be like, where are you? Thought you was coming to pick me up. And he wasn't responding. And so, like, I'm in the fucking pool, and, like, he gets mad at me for being in the pool with my little boy cousins, swimming with them and having a good time with them. And he got mad at me. And, like, the oldest of the boys, because, like, he was, like, you know, I mean, first, and I get people and parents and the whole first child and shit and all that and everything. But, like, he noticed, because he knew me better, you know, because he was older, he noticed I got upset. And then I started crying because my boyfriend got so mad at me. And he's like, why are you crying, you know? And I was like, it's okay, baby. I was like, don't worry about it. And he hugged me. But, God. But anyways, so back to the whole situation of the football game. So I've been with this guy. I've been doing, you know, things his way. When he wants to come pick me up, when he wants to hang out, when he feels like it. I mean, yeah, I would ride him sometimes in the morning and be like, you want to hang out today? He'd be like, yeah, sure, I'll be there in a few hours, come and get you. Or some shit like that. But other than that, I mean, like, and, you know, and once he said, I love you, I mean, it was constant, I love you too, you know, and have a good night, and, you know, and dream of me, and, you know, and shit like that. And even he used to text me at work, and he used to send me, like, songs and stuff, and be like, this reminds me of me and you, and, you know, and I love you, and da-da-da-da-da, and all this shit and everything. Just all the lovey-dovey romantic shit, you know. And anyways, so he told me he wasn't coming to that football game. And I was like, I need you to do this for me. And he's like, I can't. So I called him and I broke up with him. So that night there was a boy there that was younger than me that liked me, had a crush on me, and I ended up dating him for the weekend. Because this is the shit I had to deal with. So this boy stayed the whole football game with me. Knew I was upset, knew that I'd broke up with my boyfriend, and he was all over, like, you know, Will you date me, please? I really like you. I think you're really pretty. I think you're really sweet. I'll treat you good. I'll treat you better than he ever would, you know. I'll do anything for you. Are you hungry? You want me to buy you something? I'll pay for your ticket into the dance, you know. I'll do this, I'll do that. And sometimes I'm like, fuck, I should have stayed with him. I might have ended up a little bit better off than where the fuck I ended up at. But, you know, my grandmother's always, everybody makes their own decisions and everything. And, so I was like, dude, I just broke up with my boyfriend. And I was like, and you're younger. And you're not on that seriousness level of what the fuck I just been through, so no. And he's like, please, please, please. And he was following me around. And anything, like, I would try to do for myself, like, he would jump ahead of me and do it. You know, I mean, it was just like, you know, pleasing, you know, like people pleasing, like just trying to please me out of the fucking, you know, like I could go to pull my fucking hair down and like try to fucking redo it, and he'd be like, oh, you know, is your head bothering you? You need to take your hair down. You want me to pull it up for you? You know, like, do you need a hairbrush? Hey sis, you know, you got, like, I mean, he was just that way the whole fucking night, and I was like, oh my god, he's driving me fucking insane. But then I was like, but it's really endearing and it's really cute, you know, and everything. And I was like, and he is younger, so he's not going to expect the same type of shit that he expected out of me. Or if he does, it'll come in time. And I was like, and he's cute. And I was like, and he's sweet. And I was like, his sister's a good person. I was like, I know he's a good person. I remember him from over the years. And I was like, and he really seems to like me. And so I was just like, and I was like, but dude, I was like, you realize that, like, I just went from I love you yesterday with this dude to I break up with you, and now you're wanting me to date you. And he's like, yeah, I don't give a shit, you know, just date me. Give me a chance. And so I was like, fine, you know, like, okay. And I remember I actually fell going down the bleachers, and it's because my flip-flops and everything. And so I carried my flip-flops in my hand because I walked around barefoot the rest of the football game because I was like, fuck this shit. I ain't falling again on my ass, you know. And he even took my flip-flops and carried them. And he bought me food, and he paid for me to get in the dance. And we kissed. And we kissed at the dance. And like, we told each other good night, exchanged phone numbers, all that and everything, you know, told each other that we loved each other and we cared and all that and everything. And I got home and I got harassed, literally, from like 12 or 12:30 to 3 o'clock in the fucking morning by my kid's dad. The phone was going off the hook. I had to sleep with it. Try to sleep with it. Fuck, I couldn't even damn sleep. I had to keep it in my room so that way my dad wouldn't come in there and try to fucking murder me because the goddamn phone was going off. And my grandmother calls every morning to check on my dad or whatever, or talk to him or what the fuck ever. So the phone cannot be unplugged, because if it would have been unplugged and I would have fucking fell asleep, and then my dad would have realized that the phone was unplugged, I would have got my ass handed to me. I begged and pleaded for him to stop calling me, to leave me alone, that we were over, that it was done. And he just sat there, you're nasty, you're a piece of shit, how dare you, I can't believe you did that. Somebody younger, he can't even drive. And then I was just like, I just broke by 3 o'clock in the morning. I was like, what do you want from me? Do you want me back? No, I don't want you back. Okay, you know, click, you know, fucking leave me alone, dude. Sat there, because it was Friday, and it was Friday night when he did that, or maybe it was Thursday, I don't know. But anyways, next 2 days or whatever, tried to get a hold of my new boyfriend on the phone, couldn't get a hold of him or whatever to tell him, and didn't want to tell him over the phone, but, or maybe I did, and I was like, I got something I need to talk to you about. And so, any goddamn ways, like, in a few days, I was back together with my kid's dad, and I broke up with this boy. And I still feel bad about it. Not for as far as going back to my kid's dad, because he's my kid's dad, and I did love him, and I do care about him, and I do worry about him. But I had to break up with this boy. And I didn't even give him a fair chance. And he was so brokenhearted when I told him. And he sat and he cried. And I cried. And I was like, I'm so sorry. And he's like, it's okay, it's okay. And he, and I wonder what kind of damage, because he was so young. But I felt so fucking bad, and I still do. Because I knew he was gonna cry. And then his sister got mad at me. And his sister had been like one of my kind of closest friends some of the time throughout my life and throughout school and everything. And I just felt so fucking bad. But I didn't know what else to do because, I done slept with him, done lost my virginity to him, done been with him. And then if I get to the point that I'm wanting to sleep with this boy's younger than me, I shouldn't want to do that with him, but I'm done active, I guess you'd say. And, so I was like, no, it's for the best, And, God, I should just fucking hang myself. I swear to God, I should. But anyways, my kid's dad, he all this time, he still sits there, and he's able to stay, like, completely numb to the emotions of others, I guess you'd say, when he feels like it. And the sad thing is that he can feel like it forever, apparently. I don't even fucking know. I just get on here and ramble about shit, like, I swear. Because I've been through so much, and I can't get to my counselor. And then even at that, my fucking counselor, like, I talked to her and tried to get her to show up to court so that way I could get my kid back. And she's like, oh, well, I'm not going to court right now. I think you need to continue with counseling first for a while before I go to court. Are you trying to help them to break me? What am I? Am I some, like, fucking robotically emotional engineered some type of fucking shit that everybody's like, we're gonna figure you the fuck out and we're just gonna break the shit out of you? Like, I don't fucking get it. I don't fucking know what the hell is going on. I don't know why my life is the way that it is. I don't know. It's like I'm sitting here and I know that I'm not going to be here. Not unless something happens. Not unless I swallow my pride, I guess. And what the fuck was that? Clarabelle, you whining? But, it's like, I don't fucking know. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't know what the fucking deal is. I don't know what everybody's problem is. It's like I literally was like, stayed up. Well, I've been up since like 2. It's 11. I was like, fuck yeah. I was like, this is going to be great. It's going to be a great day. And I do that. I get in this mood where I stay in this mood for hours. But it's like I'm afraid to branch out and accomplish anything because that first rejection, that first no, and it always comes. I've never been able to be like, hey, I'm in a great mood and shit's going right in my head mentally and like I'm positive and everything, so can you do this for me? And then people actually do it. Or actually, I take that fucking back, because this girl that I fell in love with, like, I was just, man, I was so fucking broken that night, and I was just like, can you come over? And she did. And even though I was broken, and I was crying, and I was tore the fuck up bad, like, I was in this positive mindset of, like, I can ask for something and actually, like, maybe get it. And I asked for her to come over, and she came over. Like, that just fucking floored me. Like, I was like, holy shit. I was like, there is a God, and he does see me, and he does hear me. Might be far, few, and really fucking far and few in between, but he hears me. And I'm like, why does that only happen once in a lifetime, or once in a blue moon, or however often it happens? Because I can't even recall of any other time, other than probably, like I said, whenever I was like, and that wasn't even like as profound as this was with her. But like, whenever I was like, I love him, but fuck, I have to tell myself that I don't, and he's gonna break up with me, and we just been a summer fling, and he's gonna leave me. And then he told me that he loved me too, or whatever, that he loved me. And then I was like, holy shit, I love you too, and but it wasn't even as, like, this was more profound and significant than that ever was with him. And then, like, I've been trying to talk to her ever since, just to talk to her. Oh, and that's another thing, too. I cut my fucking phone off for the first time in, like, a fucking week, and I seen that I got some phone call from somebody 4 fucking days ago. I have no idea who the fuck it is. I ain't messaged them because I'm afraid to fucking message them, because I have people that try to scam me and do shit all the fucking time. And then because of the way that my kid's dad was, and like him being on drugs, and like him having people call me and be like, I mean, it's just been hell. It's just been hell. It's even like, he's always going to be paranoid to a degree. Whether it's because the way his mind was set up originally, or whether it's due to the drugs. Even whenever we went over to see him, me and my daughter, it's been over a year ago, but when I paid a cab and we went out there to see him, he was like, yeah, he's like, you ever see these, you ever see these black vehicles that pull up here at the end of the drive? And I was like, huh? And he's like, yeah, he's like, that's this, da-da-da-da-da, looking after me, da-da-da-da-da, keeping an eye on me, just waiting to see if I'm gonna fuck up. And that's just like even the girl that he cheated on me with. She told me one day, she said, oh, the FBI's been after him for a while now. And I was like, okay, why? And she's like, because his drug usage and the people he hangs out with and shit. And I was just like, okay, and how do you know this? And she's like, because they came to the house and talked to me while he wasn't at work. While he was at work one day. And I was like, okay. And she's like, and this is what your house looks like on the inside. And she literally described my parents' whole entire fucking home. Like, described every fucking bit of it. Like, she's like, you have this, and you have that, and da-da-da-da-da. I mean, down to every fucking thing. And I was like, holy shit. And I was like, how do you know that? And then I told her about, like, the last night me and him was, like, kind of together. And, or not the last night, I take it back. It was, like, the last time before the last night me and him was together. And, he needed to borrow money. He pulled up, and he's like, I need some money. And I was like, okay. And, I done told him I'd lend him some money, and so I went in and I started rolling the change out of my daughter's piggy bank. And, because, I mean, when you're in love with somebody and you're worried about them, you do shit. But, I was like, okay, you know, and I went and started rolling it and everything. I was like, or let me go grab it or something. Actually, I think we'd went to Walmart and we'd came back, and he's like, yeah, I need money. But anyways, he needed money, so I went in to go get it. And I was like, Ava, stay out here with your dad. And I went in and left her. And, like, he was getting out of the truck. And, like, my kid was down at the bottom of the porch steps. And my kid is done, like, 2 years old. Like, you know, she's not going to run off. Nobody's going to grab her. He ain't that far from her. He may be 15 feet from her at the most. And I come back, and my daughter is working her way up the porch steps, I believe. Or maybe she was at the door, but she's crying her eyes out. And I pick her up, and I'm like, why's she crying? And he's like, I don't know. I guess she missed you. And I'm just like, why didn't you bring her to me? Why didn't you comfort her? Why didn't you do anything, you know? And he's like, I don't know. He's smoking a cigarette. Like, anyways, I gave him the money to borrow. But this girl that he was cheating on me with or whatever, whenever me and her talked one time, she's like, yeah. She's like, they even have a picture of that day that happened. They have a picture of you and him and her out in the yard. And I was just like, what the fuck? You know? And people that are on the drugs that they've been on, like, I don't know. Because hell, one time when I was dating him, like, I tried to call, get a hold of him. Couldn't get a hold of him. Got pissed the fuck off. So I called and got a hold of his fucking mama. And I was like, I'm coming up there to check on him. And she's like, no, he's fine. He's out in the woods. And I'm like, he's out in the fucking woods? What the fuck's he doing out in the goddamn woods? And she's like, let me go holler for him. So she goes, and I hear her holler, and I hear her, like, walking in the brush or what the fuck ever. Next thing I know, he's on the goddamn phone, and he's like, they're gonna kill me. They're gonna fucking kill me. And I'm like, who the fuck are you talking about? He's like, they're gonna fucking kill me. Should laugh about it. But damn, after you've been through as much shit as I've been through. But he's like, they're after me. And I'm like, who? And he's like, the Mexicans, they're after me. And they're going to fucking kill me. And, you know, and I'm just like, calm the fuck down. And I'm like, ain't nobody going to fucking kill you. And he's like, yeah, they are. And I'm like, no, they're not. You know, and he's like, yeah, they are. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm coming up there to tell you goodbye before they fucking kill you. And he's like, no, don't do that. No, don't do that. They'll kill you too. And I was like, I'd like to see them fucking try. Like, I was like, I'm coming up there. And I did. I went up there, and by the time I got up there, it was like 30, 45 minutes later. And he's like, oh, they done been here and talked to me and left. You know, and I was like, uh-huh. Smoke you another one, or shoot up what the fuck ever, or, you know, just go ahead, just do some more. Mm-hmm. You know, it's just like, oh my God. And I'm dating him. You know? Like, but again, when you love somebody, you know. But fuck, I don't know. But I'm gonna end this here because it's coming up on a damn hour long, and just a bunch of me rambling. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. I don't know. I hope I can stay positive, so hope I don't fucking hang myself, and hope I get that out of my fucking head and stop fucking saying it. But if you like my videos, please comment, share, like, subscribe. I'll catch you later.